Understanding the Tao. Verse 10, Living Oneness. Trusting in the Flow of Life and Leadership. By Louis Anderson. Inspired by Dr. Wayne W. Dyer.
Living oneness. Embracing unity and letting go of control. Can you unite body and mind without pulling them apart? Can you lead with care without seeking praise? Can you allow life to flow through you without controlling or owning, without forcing or dominating? True power is found in embracing the oneness of all and letting the Tao work through you as you step aside from ego.
The merchant who learned to trust his trade. In a bustling town long ago, nestled along a well-traveled trade route, there lived a respected merchant named Shin. His shop was filled with the finest goods from distant lands, silks, spices, pottery, and precious stones. His reputation for fairness and quality was known throughout the region, and his customers came from far and wide. Shin was proud of his shop, but as his business grew, so did his need to control every detail. He supervised every transaction, managed every inventory, and watched over his workers like a hawk. He believed that only by keeping a tight grip on every part of his business could he ensure its success. But his employees began to feel stifled. They were capable and knowledgeable, yet Shin trusted no one but himself to make decisions. Sales slowed, and stress filled the air. One day, his most trusted assistant, Li Wu, approached him with hesitation. "Master Shin," Li said, bowing slightly, "I've been with you for many years. I see how hard you work, but I also see the weariness it brings you. We are skilled, and we want to help you, but you must trust us." Shin frowned, his pride bristling. "How can I trust others to handle my business? If I don't oversee everything, how will I know it's done right?" Li smiled kindly. "Think of the river that runs past the marketplace. It doesn't force the fish to swim in a certain way, nor does it control where the water flows. Yet every day, the river brings life to this town, and without it, we would have nothing." Shin was quiet, listening. Li continued, "The river works in harmony with all it touches. You too must find that harmony in your leadership. Trust your workers, guide them, but do not control them. Your business will thrive not because you oversee every detail, but because you allow it to flow naturally." Shin pondered Li's words for days. He began to see that his need to control every aspect of the business was, in fact, creating more problems than it solved. Slowly, he let go. He gave his workers more responsibility, trusting them to handle transactions, manage inventory, and negotiate deals with customers. At first, it was difficult. Shin watched from the sidelines, tempted to intervene. But as time passed, something remarkable happened. His business began to thrive in ways he hadn't imagined. His workers were more engaged, more creative, and more invested in the success of the shop. Customers noticed the difference. There was a lightness, a flow, that had been missing before. Shin had learned that true leadership wasn't about controlling every detail. It was about creating the space for others to grow, to contribute, and to lead in their own ways. By trusting his workers and allowing the business to flow naturally, Shin found peace, and his shop prospered more than ever.
2 universal life lessons. Letting go of control to allow growth. Shin's transformation illustrates a timeless lesson. Sometimes, the more we try to control, the more we hinder the natural flow of life. Like the river that flows through the marketplace, life has its own rhythm, and we must trust it to bring what we need. By releasing his grip and trusting his workers, Shin allowed his business to thrive in ways he couldn't achieve through control alone. Application to life today. In both personal and professional realms, we often feel the need to control every outcome, believing that only through tight management can we achieve success. But the Tao teaches us that true success comes from trusting the process and allowing life to unfold as it will. Whether in leadership, relationships, or personal growth, letting go of control opens the door to greater creativity, innovation, and harmony. Leadership through trust and empowerment. Shin's story also speaks to the deeper wisdom of leading through empowerment, not domination. When he learned to trust his workers, they flourished. True leadership is not about micromanaging or holding power over others, but about creating conditions where people feel empowered to contribute their best. Application to life today. This lesson is as relevant today as it was in ancient times. Whether you're leading a team, a family, or even your own journey of personal growth, trust and empowerment are key. By allowing others to lead, contribute, and grow, we create a more collaborative and fulfilling environment. The Tao teaches us that leadership is about guiding gently, not forcing outcomes, and this wisdom leads to lasting success. Application to life today. The Tao Te Ching's 10th verse invites us to reflect on the balance between body and soul, action and surrender, leadership and humility. It teaches us that by embracing oneness, by recognizing the interconnectedness of all things, we can let go of the need for control and allow life to flow naturally. Trust in the process. Whether you're running a business, leading a project, or navigating personal relationships, the need to control every outcome can be overwhelming. But Lao Tzu reminds us that we are part of a larger whole, and when we trust the process and allow things to unfold, we align with the natural flow of life. Trusting in the Tao means letting go of attachment to specific results and embracing the journey as it comes. Led without ego. In today's world, leadership is often associated with control and authority. But as Shen's story illustrates, real leadership comes from trusting those around you and giving them the freedom to grow. By letting go of ego and the need for recognition, we create space for collaboration, innovation, and success. The Tao's wisdom teaches us that leading with humility and grace not only benefits others, but also brings peace and fulfillment to ourselves. In memory of Dr. Wayne W. Dyer. As a follower of Dr. Wayne W. Dyer, I offer this poem story in honor of his teachings. Dr. Dyer embodied the wisdom of letting go, trusting the flow of life, and leading with compassion. His teachings remind us to live in harmony with the Tao, allowing life to unfold without the need for control. May we continue to embrace his legacy, leading with trust, compassion, and an awareness of the oneness that connects us all. In gratitude and in memory of Dr. Wayne W. Dyer.